Welcome everyone to NoDQ&A video here on NoDQ.com. I would like to thank each and every member of the NoD crew for checking out the videos and spreading the word. You guys are awesome. With that being said, let's get right down to your questions via FormSpring. Hey Aaron, what were your thoughts on Raw this week, including the segment with Miz and R-Truth being fired? Well, top to bottom, I thought Raw was really good this week. I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. Starting with Miz and R-Truth, I like the storyline that they're doing. It seems at this point like they could be going in a direction of like an NWO type stable with Kevin Nash, R-Truth, and Miz. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, it was just announced on WWE.com Tuesday morning that Miz and R-Truth were released in Future Endeavored. And we all saw what happened with Kevin Nash. And obviously, Miz and R-Truth are going nowhere. And the basic terms here is that we're probably going to see them at Hell in a Cell in less than 2 weeks now. But yeah, it does look like some kind of stable might be forming. The Outsiders, the Future Endeavored Club, whatever. It's definitely interesting. And as far as Hugh Jackman goes, I thought he did a really good job as the Raw guest host. And, you know, sometimes we would come to dread these guest hosts. But Jackman acted like he wanted to be there. He seemed like he was a fan. And he didn't act like he was above WWE and that being there was just a chore. He seemed like he was having fun, and I think Zack Ryder got a great rub off of Jackman, the woo-woo Wolverine. Just great stuff there. Very happy for Zack Ryder. He got a big moment, and the crowd was really into him. Awesome stuff right there. And so, yeah, Hell in a Cell shaping up. I really enjoyed the Mark Henry segment. I think WWE's doing a great job with Mark Henry. And apparently Jerry Lawler got hurt for real when Henry did the world's strongest slam on Lawler through the table. So hopefully Lawler's okay. But yeah, Henry is looking like a true monster. And it's just sad because his title reign's probably going to end at Hell in a Cell. And I'm not getting my hopes up that they're going to do anything long term with him. But they really should. It would be great to see Henry go on a rampage for several months as world champion. Why not? It doesn't really matter who the title is on. Orton does not need the title. It's a situation where whoever the champion is, it's not going to make any difference in business one way or another. So why not have Henry be champion for a while and make the title mean something again? That would be me if I was in charge. I would give Henry a nice solid run here. And he's got so much momentum, so why just kill it at Hell in a Cell? But unfortunately, yeah, I think that's where WWE is going to go. Probably Orton's going to be champ again. I don't know. Why hasn't William Regal been a world champion considering he's been around longer than Mark Henry? Well, the thing with Mark Henry is that WWE can push him as this unstoppable monster. You can't really do that with Regal. Henry has, you know, that certain attribute. And WWE always likes to push the monsters and the really big guys. So that's Henry's big advantage right there over William Regal. Hey Aaron, what does having Triple H versus Punk as the main event at last Sunday show more? How over Punk is right now, or how little the WWE title is starting to matter? Well, it wasn't so much the WWE title. It was a situation where Punk is really over, and this was Triple H's first match back in 6 months or so since WrestleMania. And, you know, that was just the match that the WWE figured people were most interested in seeing, and it was. So that was why it was the main event, and, you know, Hell in a Cell, the WWE title is back to the forefront. So there you go. Hey Aaron, it seems to me that John Morrison is jobbing every single match he is competing in as of late. Is this going to be his future from now on, jobbing every match he's in? Well, the situation with Morrison is he's pretty much the guy, you know, that's stuck because of the whole Raw Super Show situation. Now that guys from SmackDown are on Raw, it's going to affect some of the Raw guys that are in the mid-card, and Morrison just happens to be one of those people who's kind of in limbo right now. So hopefully Morrison will be able to get back in there, but yeah, he's in a tough spot. Hey Aaron, love the show, but do you think it was wise of WWE to get rid of a talent like Shelton Benjamin? I remember watching him versus Shawn Michaels and him in Money in the Bank matches, and he never failed to impress me with his in-ring ability. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin was great in the ring. He was really athletic, did a lot of awesome stuff. I remember WrestleMania 21 when he ran up the ladder. One of my favorite moments of that pay-per-view. And just the situation with him is that he never really had the mic skills or the charisma to get past that mid-card level. And he was just there for so many years that he just floundered and was just a guy. And eventually WWE just had to cut some people, and he ended up being cut. It's just the way it was. Hey Aaron, how come some guys like Cena and Triple H don't star in movies that aren't made from WWE studios? Well, it's because I'm sure the legitimate, the big-time movie studios don't want anything to do with pro wrestlers. That's why The Rock, tried to move away from the wrestling persona as much as he could, because it hurt him a little bit. And that's just the way it is with guys like John Cena and Triple H. They aren't going to get those big movie roles. Even Steve Austin, who's completely out of wrestling, retired, he's having trouble getting big roles. He's stuck mostly doing straight-to-DVD projects. And he's, a major superstar, and he's having trouble. Hey Aaron, does WWE know where they're heading with the Punk Triple H storyline? First it was Nash Punk, then Nash Triple H, now Punk HHH, and now Laurinaitis is involved. They seem lost with the storyline. What's a situation with WWE is, they're not really sure what they're doing. They change plans constantly. There was a report a month or two ago that there was like 7 or 8 scripts for Raw. So, it's definitely chaos right now. And even CM Punk in a recent interview talked about how, somebody asked him who his WrestleMania 28 opponent is going to be, and he says he has no idea because it'll probably change 150 times. So, it's definitely... WWE could really benefit from long-term planning, but as their track record shows, they really need to do something with their planning. They don't really have long-term planning, it seems, ever. Man, yes, just bad. Hey Aaron, do you think the reason Hell in a Cell is a triple threat for the WWE title so Super Cena doesn't have to lose cleanly? Yeah, it could be that. I mean, it could be possible that Alberto gets the title back at Hell in a Cell. We talked about the title not meaning much. It just goes back and forth like a hot potato. I like I said in the last video, I was really surprised that Del Rio lost it so quickly. And it could just be where they wanted Cena to have the title back and see what happened with the ratings and see if the ratings go up. That's probably why he won the title back. So it wouldn't surprise me if Alberto gets it back at Hell in a Cell. But I think they also want to get Punk back into the mix too. Because, he's been so hot, and then he went into the storyline with Triple H. They want to get him back into the WWE title picture. So, I'm fine with a triple threat match. Do you think Beth Phoenix should have won the Divas title at Night of Champions due to it taking place in her hometown? Yeah, that's another thing about the Night of Champions pay-per-view. I was really surprised that Beth Phoenix didn't win the title in her hometown. That seems to be the way it goes in WWE. If you're in your hometown, you're gonna lose. Don't ask me why. That's just how WWE has always done things. And the wrestling business in general, it seems. WCW did it all the time. Whenever Ric Flair would come into Charlotte, he'd get beat down and humiliated or whatever. I've never understood that. Logic would tell you when the hometown hero's in his hometown, he gets the big win. I mean, CM Punk did in Chicago, and it was one of the most memorable moments in recent WWE history. They did it with Trish back in 2006. So there were a few times where WWE did give the hometown hero a big push. But yeah, it was definitely mind-boggling what they're doing with Beth Phoenix. I said a long time ago that they should push her really strong right now, and when Karma comes back, she'll have a big opponent to work with, but who knows. In 2002, did the smart fans know when Shawn Michaels returned that he would wrestle again, or was it a complete surprise? Well, it was a surprise to me. Shawn Michaels did a really good job of, and WWE too, of not making it obvious what kind of condition Shawn Michaels was in. They kept saying on TV how Shawn Michaels only has one match left in him and his back is broken, and they really did a good job hammering that home and making you believe that this guy really shouldn't be in the ring one more time, but he's going to do one last match or whatever. And yeah, that really added to the dramatic effect for the Shawn Michaels versus Triple H match at SummerSlam. Every single move in that match really meant something. The psychology was just tremendous because you really thought, wow, that must have really hurt Shawn's back. But as it turned out, it was all acting, it was all work, and Shawn was healthy. But yeah, they did a really good job with it, and even I was convinced at the time that Shawn was risking, you know, his livelihood doing that match. Do the personal ring announcers, camera guys, and ring introducers, people like this, know about what the outcome will be of a match? Yeah, of course. They all know what's going to happen, unless it's like WCW where the ring announcers are not clued in and there's chaos and confusion. And that was just one of the many reasons why WCW went out of business. But yeah, you know, WWE is a well-polished machine. Everybody knows what's happening. It's very well choreographed. There's no real surprises or anything. You know, they don't want the show to be a clusterfuck. They're very careful to make sure everybody knows what's going to happen. Hey Aaron, I watched the Raw's Owen tribute show on YouTube the other day and noticed Undertaker wasn't there. Was he trying not to break character, or was there a reason for him not being there? Yeah, I think it was just a matter of not wanting to break his character, because that's one thing with The Undertaker. WWE's always gone out of their way to make sure that he doesn't break character. Like, Undertaker would never appear for the Hall of Fames and public appearances. He always stayed in character. That's just the way it was with Undertaker. Alright, that about does it for NoDQ&A video. You can leave a comment, youtube.com/NoDQCW. Please spread the word, subscribe, tell your friends, anybody who watches wrestling, have them check out NoDQ&A video, and we'll see you next time.